Hey guys, John Oakes here, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to become a blogger. For those of you that may be already following me, maybe you've seen some of my other videos or you were connected on Facebook, you already know that for a number of years I've been doing blogging. I've got a lot of experience using the WordPress platform as well as some of the other blogging systems out there. And currently I make a very strong six-figure income from blogging, working only a couple hours a day. And so, that's something that is of interest to a lot of people. And I get asked all the time, how is it that you do that? How can I become a blogger? So in this video, I'm going to try and keep it short, but I want to cover just enough stuff so you get a good understanding and that I can, actually answer that question for you to a point that you understand and kind of know what you need to do moving forward if you, in fact, do want to sort of go down that career path of becoming a blogger and having sort of that freedom lifestyle that can come with it if you do it properly. I want to share some of the experiences and hard-learned lessons that I've had to deal with over the years, so that you don't have to go through them. If you can avoid some of these very costly mistakes just from a few of these simple things that I'm going to teach you, that's a huge win for me to be able to do that for you. So let's start off by, lesson number one. This is something that I learned the hard way, and I know a lot of people out there are going to learn the hard way as well. And so, what you do with this information is entirely up to you, but I'm going to give you, my take on it and what I see as being a major problem for most people who go down the blogging path and think it's one thing, but realize later on that it's something different. So if you're taking some notes, which I suggest that you do, get out a notepad, get out a pencil or a pen, and write this down. Number one is don't go with a free blog. Let me say that again. Do not use a free blog. That's, these blogs like blogger.com, wordpress.com, all of the free blogging platforms out there. First off, let me tell you the purpose of those. Those are created by some very, very smart people who know that if you can get other people to create content for you and generate traffic to your platform, that they can make a killing through advertising. Okay, that's what they're doing. The owners of those blog platforms, they are monetizing people who use their platform for free. So what that means to you as somebody who actually wants to start blogging and actually make money from it, which I'm sure you do, otherwise you wouldn't be looking for this information. There's not a lot of people out there who just want to put some stuff out on a blog and put in the effort of blogging without getting some sort of monetary return for that. So that's what I'm here to teach you with. If you're not looking to make any money with blogging, then you don't need to watch this video. You can do whatever you want, waste your time, it doesn't matter. Use a free blog. That's fine for you. But if you're wanting to make money, here's why you don't want to use a free platform. Just understanding the whole purpose of those free blogging platforms, I think, will sort of clue you in as to how this system works. But essentially, if you read those terms of service, the fine print, when you sign up for a free blogging account with blogger.com, wordpress.com, any of them, you're going to realize that they have the ability to control what it is that you put up there, and they reserve the right to just shut down your account anytime they want, and they will do so. So here's what happens. As soon as you start blogging and putting content on there, you might start getting some traffic because some of those websites, some of those platforms do have some good domain authority and can get some good rankings for you. But as soon as you go and start putting ads on there, and what most people do is they want to run affiliate ads, they want to run like Google AdSense ads to try and monetize their content, you might not even be aware of it, but you're violating the terms of service of a lot of those companies. And let me just give you an example here. I did a blog post not too long ago about the fact that WordPress no longer allows affiliate links. So they made this change, and there were something like 25,000 blogs that just got shut off overnight. They also removed the links from most of the people who had affiliate links in their WordPress.com blogs. And it says right here, this is an image of their terms, and it says, you may have reached this page if your links have been rewritten by our detection system. Please read below for information on why your links are not working. WordPress.com does not permit the use of many affiliate links in blog content. So you can see they just decided one day that they're not going to allow people to monetize their content with in-content links to affiliate products, which was how most people were monetizing their blogs on those free platforms. So again, a word of caution, this happens with all of these platforms from time to time. They just end up shutting down your content. You lose everything. In fact, the terms of service for a few of these free blogging platforms very specifically state that you don't own your content once you put it on their platform. So my question to you would be, why would you want to put your effort and your time into putting content on a platform that you don't control, you don't have any say in it, and you're giving up the rights to your content just by putting it there? So it's something to think about. So again, point number one, do not use a free blog if you're wanting to long-term create a sustainable income from blogging. So hopefully that sinks in, it makes a little bit of sense to you. Another thing that I think is very important for people to realize is the issue around hosting. Now, most of you probably already know, if you're brand new, you might not know this yet, but most people know you can get a shared hosting account for, around $5, $7, certainly less than $10 a month. But let's talk about that a little bit, because see, if you're not going with a free blog, then you're probably going to set up what we call a self-hosted blog, which means that you're going to register a domain name at a service like GoDaddy.com, which will cost you, maybe $10 to $12 a year for a domain registry. And then once you have that domain, if you're wanting to put a blog on there, installing, some of the open source blogging software like WordPress, then what you're going to do is you're going to need to have that domain hosted. Now, you can go with hosting through GoDaddy if you want. I certainly wouldn't recommend that. Or you can go with a service like HostGator, which is a very reputable hosting company. I've used them on many occasions for many years. But what most people do is they set up a shared hosting plan, and that's what's always advertised. If you look right here on the HostGator site, you'll see it says $3.96 a month. That's the minimum hosting for a shared account. Well, people look at that and go, well, that's really cheap. I can get a domain, I can get hosting set up for just a few bucks a month, and I can be off and running with my blog. So here's the sort of hidden behind the scenes lesson learned information that goes with that. When you start a blog, a shared hosting plan can work fine for you, because you're not going to have a lot of traffic. But as soon as you start to get any significant traffic to your blog or to a website on a shared hosting plan, the service starts degrading. And I've had this happen on many occasions where, once I get maybe 400 to 500 visitors per day to a site, which might sound like a lot, but that's not really a lot of traffic. Once that starts to happen and you're running shared hosting, then what's going to start happening on your site is that the images will take a long time to load. The pages will take a long time to load. If you've got videos on there, that might take a long time to load. And as soon as you start having unusually long load times, even more than just a few seconds for stuff to load, people will not stick around on your website. They'll simply do what we call bounce. And you'll start to get a high bounce rate, which having a high bounce rate also affects your search engine rankings, because Google's search engine bots that come and crawl your content and decide where to rank you also will not stick around if your content takes a long time to load. They're smart enough now to know and note those load times, and they will degrade your search rankings because you have unusually long load times for your content. So you're literally killing your business if you're using a shared hosting site. Now, let me share with you the costs involved with going with a dedicated server, because this is really what you have to do if you want to run a long-term business online and you're planning to actually get some traffic, enough traffic to create for you a decent income. Then you have to go with dedicated servers. And you can see that the cost is significantly higher for a dedicated server. So now you're looking at $139 all the way up to $300 a month. Actually, that's only for the first month, so it's $374 per month recurring. And it goes up even higher than this, but these are the packages that they offer. So That's a cost that I'm sure you were not considering when you were thinking about starting a blog. Most people who think, well, I'm going to start a blog are not thinking, well, I'm going to pay close to $400 a month just for the hosting for the blog. And then I need to register a domain. I need to install WordPress. I need to purchase my professional WordPress theme, which is another couple $100, or hire a designer to do it for you, which could be anywhere from $500 to $1,000. Maybe a programmer to customize the theme so it's specific for you and it's not looking like everybody else's out there. That could cost, again, another $500 to $1,000. And this is what happens to most people when they go to set up their blog and start getting into business as a blogger online, is they get to that point where they've spent anywhere from $500 to $2,500 to several $1,000s before they even have their blog up and running and they're ready to start posting blogs. So you don't have to let that happen to you. There's an alternative to that I'm going to show you here in a second. I'm also going to talk a little bit about monetization, because there's another huge misconception there. So before we go any further, write down number 2. And my note here for number 2 is be aware of hosting issues. So hosting issues was what we just talked about. So be aware that, yes, you might be able to start with a $5 a month shared hosting account, but you have to have your plan in your mind that once you start growing, you have to be on a platform that can upgrade you to a dedicated server, and that you're going to be paying somewhere between $150 and $300 per month. So that's just stuff you got to keep in mind. And I'm not making this up. This is from pure experience of doing this over the years. I'm not trying to sell you any hosting package. In fact, I recommend if you are going to go the hosted route, that you do some research and really dig into user testimonials about the different hosting platforms. Throat's getting a little dry there. Gotta get a sip. Okay, so before we move on, let me make sure I've covered what I needed to cover with that. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's talk about monetization. How do you put together a blog and how do you structure things so that you can actually make money? Well, first let's start by what I did when I first started and what most people still do, which will never really get them to where they want to be. And that is that they just start blogging on whatever platform they choose, and then they start just sort of littering it with different affiliate offers and different types of things. And you can make a little bit of money doing that. There's lots and lots of affiliate programs. There's sites like Amazon.com. Jump over to that real quick. You can go to Amazon.com and you can join their associates program, and you can market anything that's sold on Amazon.com. You can create an ad for it and you can market it on your website or on your blog, and you get a tiny fraction of that. It ranges anywhere from, I think, 4% up to maybe 6 or 7% of the purchase price is what you would receive in a commission. You can join eBay. eBay also has sort of an affiliate type program, reseller program, where you can be able to market anything that's for sale on eBay, and if it's purchased through one of your links, then you can receive a piece of that. There is also a huge number of different affiliate networks out there that offer all kinds of products and services that you can create ads for and market. This is the ClickBank marketplace. So let me go over here and just go down here. These are all the different categories. So you could come down here and say, if you're doing a blog about business and marketing, internet marketing, you have all these different products and programs that you can decide to market. So you could go down here and say, okay, blog marketing. And you can sort by popularity, by gravity, by commission. You have all these different programs. So, this one has an average sale amount of $43, and you can see right here that it pays out 50% per sale. So you could make about 20 bucks anytime somebody buys this product through one of your links. It is a way to make money, and lots of people do make some money through networks like ClickBank and ClickSure and different services out there. by blogging and creating content, and then including opportunities to buy through those affiliate links. That is another way to go. But let me share with you what happens and what happened to me when I went down that road and tried to market affiliate products. I was able to make some money. Like I said, I did this for a number of years, and I was able to make, when I first started, it was like, I could make a $25 sale, maybe once per week. And out of $25, I'd keep maybe $17 of that. And then out of every 4 or 5 of those, somebody would return the product within that 60 days, and I would get what's called a chargeback. And that's when the company basically takes your commission back and says, nope, the guy returned it, so you don't get to keep that. That happens in the industry. It's just one of those things in the affiliate marketing industry that you'll have to deal with a lot of these different services. The other thing that was difficult was just getting enough traffic to where I could get a decent number of sales. Now, the other problem was, once I worked and I worked and I worked and I spent, 2 years on one of my blogs getting traffic to it, and I got it to the point where I had a pretty good amount of sales going to this one product, and then the owner of that product said, we're not going to market that anymore through this network, so they took it off the market. So all of a sudden, I had all this content and all these things out there that were promoting this product. The product got removed, and I could no longer monetize that traffic. So I tried to point it to a different alternative product, and that worked for a little while, but I couldn't make anywhere near the number of sales that I was getting on the other one. So it was like literally starting all over again. So I tried doing this with lots of different methods of affiliate marketing. There's something else out there called CPA marketing, cost per action. You may or may not be familiar with that, but that's where you can drive traffic to an offer like, an insurance marketplace or something where people could put in their zip code and get insurance quotes for car insurance or whatnot. And you would get paid a very small amount, but all you're getting someone to do is put in a zip code. They don't actually have to buy something. They're just taking an action, and you get paid for that. And you can make some money doing that. I was getting paid maybe 75 cents to get someone to enter a zip code for car insurance. And, it worked okay. I made a little bit of money, but a couple of weeks down the road, that offer got pulled again, and I'm starting all over again. So it became this, perpetual sort of a slave labor model where I was sitting in front of my computer 10 to 15 hours a day, trying to be a blogger and not getting anywhere. And this is where most people are out there on the internet trying to be bloggers. And some of them you have to watch out for, because they'll tell you that they're very successful at doing what they're doing, but what you come to find out later is that they really haven't made any money, and they're just trying to promote that they have to get you to buy products about making money. So, watch out for that. That is something that's very prevalent on the internet. So you need to really qualify the advice that you're getting online. You need to be careful about who you're listening to, and you need to be listening to people who are not afraid to put their face and their name behind everything that they tell you online. For example, you can see that I'm not secretive about who I am. I don't refer to myself as Mr. X, which, anyone who's been online, seen blogging products or make money online products knows that, some of these things will be this marketing video that brings somebody out, their face is all blacked out, and they don't disclose who they are, and it's Mr. X teaching you this secret technique. Well, those are really just marketing ploys, and you're never going to know who actually owns the product. Those are not people that are going to be real reputable. There's not going to be anyone to contact for support. A lot of this stuff is just crap. So you have to understand that, blogging, making money online, being an internet marketer, all of that stuff, it takes effort. And if you can sort of hone it down to where you're taking the right effort, you can dramatically shorten your learning curve, which is what I'm trying to help you to do with this video. So pardon me if I diverge a little bit and start going, sort of down a rabbit hole with my topic, but there's stuff that just comes up that I feel like I need to mention along the way. Hopefully you'll see that's value add. All right, so Again, let's talk about, putting your face on things. To be a successful blogger, and again, this is my opinion, but I think that the more you think about it and the more you see other successful people online and what they're doing, you'll realize how true this really is. You can't be afraid to put your face and your name out there. You can't be one of these people that wants to remain anonymous and have a successful blog. That doesn't go hand in hand. Think about any of the blogs that maybe you follow or people that you follow online. You follow them because they're forthcoming with information. You know, like, and trust them at this point, and maybe you're feeling comfortable buying products from them. So that's who you need to be. You need to be yourself, be your own unique self. Use your own personality. That's what people are going to be attracted to. You're going to attract a completely different audience of people than me, for example. There's some people who maybe watch my videos, who go to my blog, who can't relate to me, who don't like my content, and they'll go somewhere else, but they completely relate to somebody different who is more in line with their way of thinking, their personality. And that's just how it works online. You're the unique factor for your business. So keep that in mind when you're blogging. Use your picture, use your name, get it out there, and you're sort of branding yourself as your business, and that will work over time. Now, right in the very beginning, when you first start doing that, it takes some time because nobody knows who you are, right? They're not going to listen to you, but you start developing that name for yourself, and you keep moving forward in your business and in your knowledge and increasing the amount of things you know and things that you share through your blog, whether that's stories, life experiences, things about a specific niche or a hobby that you have. All of that is completely viable for the blogging business. So just wanted to, kind of establish that. So this all kind of ties in. I know that might seem long-winded, but it ties in with how you really make money blogging. So like I said, just putting random affiliate offers, running ads on your site, all of this kind of stuff, you can make a little bit of money, but long-term, that is not really a solid business model. So let's talk about what is. Let me start by just kind of showing you my blog. That's what's on the screen right here. You can see it is branded to me. My face is on there. I've got my customized header. You can see there's a place where somebody could partner with me, work with me, connect on Facebook. I invite people to go and connect with me on my Facebook page. You can see that I'm totally open. I've got consistent, it's the same picture. People recognize me here. Not that you have to use the same picture everywhere, but people will recognize that this is in fact me. And using your name and using your image will start to sort of dominate you on the internet. So somebody does a search for you on Google, for example, it's you that's going to come up. It's your Facebook profile. It's your LinkedIn profile. It's your Google Plus profile. They're going to not have a hard time finding you. And the more people can find you, the more that they will trust you, because you're obviously not hiding behind anything. And you're being forthcoming about who you are and what you represent and what you're selling, if you're selling something. So back to my blog, you can see that I put out a lot of content, and mostly what I blog about is the internet marketing, home business, niche. That's what I market. That's what I blog about. So my content is specifically targeting people that are wanting to learn how to make money online, that are wanting to do better in their home business, whether that's a network marketing business or their own products or services. They want to know how to market it better so that they can have more people contacting them, more people wanting to buy from them, without having to put in so much of the effort, the things that they don't like to do, like picking up the phone and spending 4 to 5 hours on the phone trying to sell people a product, or trying to trace people down or chase people even in the network marketing industry to try call through leads and try to find people that are interested, or hammering their friends and family. All of these things can be accomplished through a blog. So this is what I do. I write posts and I post them here. I share them on social media sites like Facebook and Google Plus. I got people trying to talk to me there, so pardon those screens popping up. Here's my Google Plus profile. So when you have content on your blog, then you share that across your social circles so that people that are following you, no matter what place they're following you, you're bringing your content to them so they're seeing it. So the main places that I personally use, like I said, is Google+, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You know, those are the main places where I share my content. And let's see, where was I? Okay. So yeah, right here, what you do notice right off the bat with this blog is that there isn't a bunch of ads. And I think that, you know, people are okay with you having ads on your sites, and that's perfectly fine. But when you start to market too many things, it takes the focus away from your core message. And so what I always recommend to people is figure out what it is that you're going to be marketing, how it is you're going to, you want to monetize, whether that's your own product or your service. Maybe you're a life coach or a healer or a masseuse or, a naturopathic doctor, a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, whatever it might be. That's your main message. And so you need to be blogging about the things that your audience, your market is most interested in. And what I've always done in the past is just done some research, and most of you don't even need to do the research to know this, but you figure out what is it that your customers, your potential customers, are having problems with. What are their problems? What are their wants? What are their desires? What are their struggles? And you basically speak to that through your blog posts. So as an example of that, this is a blog post that I did just a couple weeks ago. And it was specifically addressing the struggles that people in the home business niche are having. The things about they can't find anyone who's interested in their business, and they're pounding the phones, and they can't get anybody. They're chasing people around. They're posting their links all over Facebook, and nobody's wanting to join them. Well, I show them in this blog post. First, I share with them that I completely relate to exactly what they're going through because I'd gone through it myself. And then I talk about the solution to that and how they can totally get past that. And at the end, there's a call to action where they could actually, purchase my product. Very, very, very simple. That's how you make money through blogging. You provide real value to people, and then they will reciprocate, and they will, find that to be of value, and they will want to work with somebody who provides them value, or they will want to buy from someone that they trust, that has given them value. Not people that just want to, constantly be bombarding people with a sales message. So hopefully that makes sense. So that's what blogging, in my opinion, blogging is really about: just sharing your true self, getting your message out there, whatever it is you're passionate about, and doing it in such a way that people will find that to be of value, and then they will literally want to buy whatever it is that you're offering. It really is that simple. So real quick, before I go any further, I just want to, talk just a little bit about the money. And I realize that, let me see where I'm at here, 28 minutes. I realize this is getting a little bit long. But, hopefully you see the value in what I'm trying to teach you, because, this is something that I struggled with for a very long time, really trying to figure out, what do I blog about? How do I blog? How do I make money with the blog? All of that. And so I'm going to be covering this stuff, all of these things that I haven't yet covered with you in this video. So real quick, what I wanted to do was show you that I do, in fact, make the kind of money that I say I make. Because I know that there's a lot of people online, like I just said, whoops. That make stories up. They have false income claims and all of that kind of stuff. And before I go in here, let me preface this by saying that my results are not typical. By any stretch of the imagination. People online in general struggle. They're not doing the right things. They're not focused in the right direction. They're too focused on making a quick buck rather than their education to learn how to do things properly. So that's why the typical person makes relatively nothing online. So my results are not typical because I don't do typical things. and I don't teach people to do typical things. That being said, if you want to see what the average earnings through this affiliate network are, down at the bottom of the page that you're watching this video on my blog, or wherever you might be watching this video, there'll be a link that probably pops up in the video that you can view the average earnings if that's something that you want to take a look at. So that being said, let me jump over here. I'm going to go into my commissions area, and what you're looking at here is basically the list, the readout, real-time readout of commissions that are coming in to my account. So over here you can see where it says date, and this is a little bit convoluted the way this is laid out in this table. So the date you're looking at is this column here. So you can see November 19th, 18th, 18th. So today is November 19th. So far, this is the only one that's showing up because it's still fairly early in the day, and it takes a little bit of time. There's a delay for commissions to come through. So we've got 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, and I can just drop this down to show more. And I'm just going to quickly scan through here. I'm not going to total it up because I think you can start to see how it adds up. This is November 2nd right here. So from here up will be the total earnings so far through this affiliate network for my account. So here's the numbers: $25, $25, $100. There's 3 more 25s. There's a $500 commission. There's 25. There's another 100. A couple more 25s. Another 100. Another 100, another 25, and there's a $3,000 commission. So you can see actually on November 6th there was a 100 at 3,000 on the same day. So there's $3,100 just on that one day. There's a 25, there's a 100, there's another 500, another 100, another 25, a couple more 25s, bunch more 25s, another 100, another 25, and another $3,000 commission. So remember, that's 2 $3,000 commissions in the month of November, and a bunch of 25s, some 500s, a bunch of 100s. There's another 100. There's a $1,000 commission on the 15th. 25, 100, a bunch more 25s, and then another 100 just today so far. So we're at the 19th. So we're, what, 2/3 of the way through the month. And this is this totals up. If you want to do that in your head or rewind the video, you can verify that this is over $10,000 for the month so far, just until the 19th. So when I tell you that I'm making a strong 6-figure income from blogging, working a couple hours a day, you can see that I'm not making that story up. So again, income disclaimer: my results are not typical. Who would want to be typical, right? Typical person lives hand to mouth. Paycheck to paycheck. You should all aspire to not be typical, and in order to not be typical, you need to start doing things that others are not doing, the majority are not doing. So if you're out there setting up a free blog on a free blogging system and you think that you're going to make this kind of money, it's not going to happen, ever. If you're setting up a WordPress blog on a shared hosting account and you're just spattering it with affiliate programs and banner ads and flashing crap all over it, and you think you're going to make this kind of income, not going to happen. Okay, so there's some very specific things that I'm teaching you here that if you put them into play, you will be able to make this kind of money. But again, you got to not do the typical things that most people out there are doing. So what that means, just to kind of recap what we've done so far: do not use free blogs. Be aware of the hosting costs, the real hosting costs when you start running real traffic, and understand how to monetize. What you do is you create content that your target audience actually wants to read, that gives them real value, that helps them solve their problems, relate to their struggles. There's many ways that you can do that we teach in the system that I'm going to tell you about here at the end. It's very, very not difficult. In fact, it's probably one of the most simple business models out there, but because it's simple, it's also one of those things that most people just think, they kind of summarily dismiss it, and they start going towards these gimmicky loophole things, these shiny objects that are showing up in your inbox every single day telling you buy this one-click software, or here's the latest Facebook marketing loophole that you can use. Oh, you got to have this software, and you keep buying one thing after another and never getting any results that you want. You've got to stay away from those. You've got to focus, and you got to start doing the things that you need to do if you want to be a successful blogger. So now that we've talked about that a little bit, you've seen the money, let's go back to the blog. This again is my blog, and this is not a WordPress blog. This is a blog that's on a proprietary blogging platform produced by Empower Network, which is the same affiliate network that I just showed you over here with the income that I'm receiving. This is where my income from this blog is coming from. Now, you wouldn't look at this blog, if you landed on it, you typed in something like, struggling network marketer, or, how to get past the hurdles of internet marketing, and you landed on this blog post and you saw this blog, you would never guess that this is a 10,000 per month plus income producing blog, but it is. And it is because of the system that it's on, because of the way that it works, because of the simplicity of it, because it's done in such a way that it's got a lot behind the scenes that you don't see, that I'll talk about here in just a second. Let me get another sip. I hope you guys are getting some value from this. I know that if I had this video like 3-4 years ago, I could have saved probably $25,000 and been 10 times further ahead than where I am today. So, I know the value of what I'm sharing with you here, so I hope you recognize it. I hope that you're getting that same value from it. All right, so let's talk about the platform first, and then I'm going to step behind it a little bit and tell you why it produces the kind of income that you just saw on that last screen. So here's the thing first off. It's not WordPress, which means you don't have to learn WordPress. This is actually way easier than WordPress. If you decide you want this blogging system costs $25 a month. That's it, 25 bucks a month. You get your own blog on this platform, and you have the ability to go and register your own domain name over here at GoDaddy and map it directly to your blog, which means essentially that your domain is now hosted on the Empower Network servers. And you can see that's exactly what I've done here. Actually, let me slide this down for a second so you can see it. If you see right here at the top, the domain name for my blog is johnoaksblog.com. So let me recenter that screen for you. So I don't have to pay the shared hosting costs, right? Which we talked about was, $5-7 bucks a month. But like we talked about with those hosting issues, where as soon as you start getting a lot of traffic to your blog, that you're going to have to pay dedicated server hosting, you don't have to do that here, because these blogs are already hosted on high-speed server arrays. I mean, we're talking about many servers that are scaled as needed to handle the load that's going to it. And you will never be asked to pay more in hosting charges, no matter how much traffic and bandwidth your blog is eating up. So this blog is going to be just as fast now as it is when it has 10,000 visitors a day coming to it. And I do not have to pay the astronomical dedicated server hosting fees that would come with a traditional blog if I decided to set this up on WordPress. So, that's a huge deal all by itself. Now, some people look at that and go, well, 25 bucks a month for this blog, I could set up a WordPress blog for, a self-hosted one for about 10 bucks a month and get a domain name, and I only have to pay 10 bucks a month. Well, this right here is the reason why that is not as nearly as good a solution as this, because here you can run as much traffic as you want to it and you're still going to pay 25 bucks a month. Here's the other thing. You can set up as many blogs, different blogs, on the same account for that same $25 a month. So just like you could if you went and got a shared hosting account, you can set up multiple domains on there, multiple websites. Here, it literally takes you 5 minutes to set up another blog on the same account, and then you register another domain. You can map that to your other blog, as many as you want. It's totally unlimited, and they can be about any topics that you want, and each one can be customized for that specific niche or topic that you choose. For example, my wife has her own blog on this same network, but it's on my same account, so I don't pay extra for her blog, and that saves us a lot of money because she now has the ability to blog as well. Now her blog is about real estate because that's what she does. So what I showed you in the back office there, the income, that is purely coming from this one blog. So you can make a substantial income from one blog. You don't have to have lots of them, but if you want to set up a bunch, you can do that on the same platform. All the buttons can be customized. You customize the header. You can put in your profile image. You can change things like if you want the sidebars on the other side. All the fancy schmancy stuff you can do with WordPress. You can do a lot of that here. Most of that stuff, I'll tell you, doesn't really matter. What's important is that you sort of brand it to yourself or to the niche that you're blogging about, and have the appropriate pages or buttons. You can add pages to your blog, or you can add blog posts. Same thing. If you know your way around WordPress, you'll realize how incredibly simple this is laid out. I like to tell people that, kind of like the iPhone, a 3-year-old could pick up an iPhone and learn how to use it because it works the way that you think that it should. This blogging system is the same way. Once you go into edit mode, it's as simple as just hovering over what you want to change and selecting to change it, uploading a different graphic, changing a link, whatever it is you want to do. It's super easy. There's no convoluted back office that you have to learn and get around. The other cool thing is that you can blog right from a mobile phone, which you can't do on any other platform. You can record a video on your iPhone, and in a couple of clicks, in a few seconds, you can have a live blog post with that video right on your blog that you did from your iPhone without having to upload it to YouTube, without having to deal with all that stuff. But I'm not going to go into that. That's just one added feature for those that want to be able to do that. So that's kind of, some of the advantages of this. You can see, I think I talked briefly about not having a ton of ads on here, but I do have just enough ads that will plug somebody into what I call this sales funnel. So now we're moving from the blogging platform into why it's making so much money. Okay, so I know that's one of the big things. If you're watching this, you want to know, how is the money being made? How is this blog producing more than $10,000 a month? I don't see it. And that's exactly right. You don't see it because it's what you don't see. It's the mechanism behind this, which is a complete sales funnel that makes the whole Empower Network system so profitable and adds so much value for people, which is why people are buying these products. Let me step back in here. Remember, you saw several $1,000 and $3,000 commissions, as well as hundreds and $500 commissions and lots of 25s. Okay, well, those are coming from the sales that are occurring through this system. So when somebody decides they want to purchase their own blog and they want to start blogging on this system, then that's where the $25 a month payments are coming in. And those are per month, by the way, which means that I get the entire $25 every single month. And the hundreds are also a per month. That is what we call our Inner Circle program. And the Inner Circle program is an audio library that is ever growing and ever changing and continuing to provide phenomenally valuable content for people of a business nature, of an internet marketing nature, of a personal development nature, every single month. And it's a subscription. So that's, again, another continuity program that's attached to my blog, and that's $100 per month that I receive, all of it. So then where do the 500s, the 1000s, and the 3000s come from? This all comes from what we call the sales funnel. And I'm going to open something up here for you to make it easier to see. Bear with me one second. I'm just going to open a page up here, a blank, so that I can actually draw. And I'm just going to draw this out for you a little bit. All right, so let's talk about what a sales funnel is, okay? So right here in the center, we've got the blog. And then on the blog, like I said, let me shoot back over here. On the blog, what we have are places where people can click, right? So what happens if you click on one of these? I'm just going to click and open in a new tab. So this is a capture page, and what it does is it's giving people an offer, and it should always be an offer of significant value. What I'm personally doing in this capture page is I'm going to give people my exact formula and access to the system that I've been able to go from over $700,000 in debt to making a six-figure income in only 7 months. And I'm going to show them exactly what I do in exchange for their email address. So when they put their email address in and click Show Me How, then that's going to go to a sales page. And what it does is it goes to a sales video. Let me just bring that up. I want to give you guys the full experience here so you can see. So it goes to a page which we'll refer to as a sales page. And this is in fact a video where I introduce another video that's going to give them the information that they're looking for that was promised on the capture page. Then there's an opportunity for someone right here to get started for $25 to get their own blogging system set up. And then from there, when someone clicks right here on this Get Started button, it takes them to a sales page where they would put in their order, their information, their credit card, and within just a few minutes, they would have their own blog just like this set up and running that they can customize and begin getting into the training and connect with me personally and get them going up and running as soon as possible. So that's how that works. But there's also an opportunity in there for them to purchase the additional products that we offer, which is the Inner Circle that I mentioned for $100 a month. There's also another product called the Costa Rica Intensive. That's the $500 product, which is another video training product. Then there's also another product called the 15K per month formula, which is a huge library. And actually, let me just show you some of these so you get the full feel for what it is that Empower Network offers. And I'll also say that, if you're going to be able to get this kind of income from a system, you have to be selling things that have a value far greater than the cost that you're asking for them. So these products, they're absolutely amazing, to say the least. Every one of these products, including the blogging system, Inner Circle, Costa Rica, 15K per month formula, and the master's course, represent values of at least 10 times what the cost of them is to obtain. So because of that, we get people who do in fact buy these products every single day and don't even think twice about it. As you can see, I've already shown you that people are buying these products. People are spending $3,000, $1,500, $100 on these products, and they're doing it without being sold the products personally. I do not call these people up and sell them on why they need to buy these products. The system does that for me. Let me just go into one of these. The Inner Circle product that we offer, like I mentioned earlier, it's a video library. Contains just an enormous amount of value in audio coaching and phenomenal information. This is the backwards blueprint: creating more traffic, leads, and sales. Get rich or die trying. How I raised myself from failure to success. Some of it's network marketing, some of it's just straight sales and marketing stuff. How to live out your dreams with Empower Network. Creating cash on demand. Collecting emails for high-speed conversions. You can see that having access to this kind of training is a huge, huge advantage, and that's why people in Empower Network tend to achieve far greater results than those that are trying to do things on their own. Scrambling around trying to find information online, trying to find things for free. You just don't get where you want to go unless you have sort of the mapped out plan to get there. So I'm not going to take the time to go through all of these, but I will mention that the 15K per month formula is another one of our just groundbreaking courses that teaches you how to essentially gives you an exact mapped out plan and the strategies to go from 0 to 15,000 per month in a very short period of time. Some can do it in 30 days or less, and others take their time to do it, but it depends on your activities, of course. Again, income disclaimer, right? Nobody's going to get anywhere for free without doing any work. But you can see here the lessons: clarity for success, compelling content mastery, creating traffic through compelling content, syndication strategies for instant blog traffic, selling through the power of video for influence, SEO, Jedi blog traffic, long-lasting SEO juice to beat Google Panda. I mean, these are the things that you just got to know, that you've probably been wanting to know, and they're being taught by the people that are actually using these exact strategies to make this kind of money. So you're getting it straight from the people actually doing it. So let me jump back here to this. So now this will make more sense now that you've kind of seen some of those products. Now you get to see how it actually works and how this system makes so much more money than just running some ads on a blog. So you've got the blogging platform, and then as I mentioned, when people click on any of the calls to action or one of the blog, like the header or the thing I've got in the sidebar, any of the customizable links that go to capture pages, and there's probably 20-25 different capture pages that you can choose to use that are all created for you. So you don't have to create any of this. It's already there in the system, done for you, completely set up. So I'm putting multiples here because there's a number of different ones. You can choose which ones you want to send people to, or you can create your own like what I've done, and we teach you how to do that as well. Now from there, what happens is those people who put their email address in go into your list. So I'm sure if you've been around internet marketing for any length of time, you've heard many people say your money's in your list. If you're not collecting people's email addresses that go to your website that express any kind of interest in your products or services, you're missing out on, I would say, better than 90% of your potential income. That's just an all-out fact. So keep that in mind. This is a huge, huge piece of having a sustainable business that can create the kind of income like what I've shown you. So people go into your list, and then you continue to market to them through what we call an autoresponder and an email marketing system, which means that you can pre-write a series of messages that go out automatically, so they'll be getting that follow-up without you having to personally follow up with each individual. And then on top of that, you can send out what we call broadcast emails so that you can touch your entire list at any point, at any time you want. I sent out an email to my entire list today. In fact, I'm just going to show you that. And if you feel like this is too long a video, somewhere down the road you'll come back and watch it again, and you'll appreciate why I've shared this much information with you. Most people don't do this. This is my Aweber marketing system, which is something that we get you plugged into if you decide to work with us. You can see here that I don't generate a huge quantity of leads every day. But I don't pay for these leads. These are free, and then sometimes I'll occasionally run a paid campaign, and I'll generate a couple hundred leads in one day. But I have anywhere from I'd say 15 to 35 leads that come in every day that are free. They're free from free traffic, people going to my blog posts, people watching my videos, who then go to one of my capture pages and get on my list. And I'm just going to show you real quick here. Let me refresh this. Okay, you see that just went up. It was 14 and now it's 15. So I just got another lead, as you were sitting here watching. Okay, so I just sent this email out to my entire list just a few minutes ago, and 2% of the list has already opened it and 1% has already clicked. And this was something that took me just a few minutes. You can see 51 people opened it, 12 people have clicked on it. I'm just going to jump down here real quick and hit review so you can see what the message was. And basically it was just a little story. One of the people on our team just bought herself a brand new minivan and was super excited about it, and shot a video and talked a little bit about her new lifestyle with being able to blog and do this from home and work with her family and take her family with her everywhere she goes. So I crafted a quick little email about it and put a picture of it, linked to the video, and that's it. So I sent that out, and then at the end here, let me see if I can scroll this. Yeah, it doesn't really want to scroll. There you go. So there's a picture of her with her minivan, and then at the end I tagged my car in there and said, you know, hey, this is more my style, because I'm not a big minivan guy. I have only one child, so I have not had to go with the minivan route. But anyway, when somebody clicks on this, then it will take them to a page where they can watch this video that she did, but then also have an opportunity to buy. So again, there's, you know, lots of opportunities for people to decide to join me, to get the blogging system, to get started, to buy the training products, without having to just hammer them with sales messages. And that's really what we spend a lot of time teaching you how to do, is how to create real value and how to speak to people conversationally using your personality and be yourself, and give them value and get a heck of a lot more conversions to sales that way, because people are sick and tired of just being sold stuff all the time. So let me jump back here. All right, so there's the list. So they get on the list, and then I'm going to connect these dots again here, where once they're on the list, then they're receiving lots more content. So you're sending them email messages on a regular basis with content, and they're getting the opportunity to join you. And over here we have our products. I'll put a P up here for products. It's a little hard to write with this tool, but right here we have the $25 blogging system. And then we have the $100 a month Inner Circle product. And then we have the $500 product. And we have the $1,000 product. And the Master's program, by the way, I didn't mention, is $3,500. So for those of you who think you cannot sell a several $1,000 product online to people without having to make a phone call and actually sell it to them, you would be dead wrong, as I've already proven to you looking into my back office. So here's how this works, guys. They're on the blog. The blog generates traffic from search engines, right? This is traffic. Or it could get from social networks. So it could be Facebook. All right, that's tough. It's tough to write. You got Google Plus. That's Google Plus. All right. Anyway, all of these different networks, okay? Or you could even use paid traffic. You can buy traffic and send it to your blog, or in the case of paid traffic, most of the time you're going to send it right to your capture pages. And that is the easy part. Super easy. Getting traffic is so easy. People get stumbled all over on that. Getting traffic is so easy. I can show you how you can buy traffic, or you can get traffic for free. That's a big part of what our system teaches you, is how to get traffic. I do most of my stuff through free traffic. They come in on my blog posts. They come in through stuff that I post on social networks. They go to the capture pages. They put in their email address. They end up on my list. Some of them will go right from here and buy. Okay, so you're going to get some people right there. As soon as they opt in, they go to the sales page, right? We talked about that with a video on it. It gives them an opportunity to buy. And some of them will buy right up front. Only a small fraction of them. Okay, they'll buy the 25. Some of them will also buy the 100. Some of them will also buy the 500, the 1,000, and the 3,500. But what happens most of the time is people will get my marketing messages, the email messages that they're getting over time, and that's where they will be sent to additional content, and then they will buy. Remember, we talked about people like to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. Well, this is where you essentially build a relationship with your list. A real relationship. You let them get to know you. You let them get to know who you are through your blog posts, through your content, through your emails, through your videos. And once people know, like, and trust you, they will start buying stuff from you, whatever it might be. So if you have your own products and services, and you decided not to use the Empower Network products, then you could just replace this with your own products and services, and it works the exact same way. Or you can decide to do both, which is what I would recommend. You know, if you have your own coaching program, or you're a real estate broker, or mortgage, whatever it is that you do your blogging, you get traffic, people are calling you, you're getting new customers, but a fraction of those people who are on your website are also going to see those offers of, hey, learn how to use a blog and make extra money. Who doesn't want that, right? And they're going to get into your sales funnel, and they're going to be buying these products from you, and they're going to enter your organization and be part of your blogging team, and you will start earning the residual pass-up commissions from them. Now, I'm not going to get into the pass-up commissions because that's a whole new level of income, but let me just say there's a financial benefit for you marketing these products, because built into it is a multi-tiered commissionable program. So as people join in and they start blogging and they start making money, you will also get a portion of that money. Some of that will come to you because you're the one who introduced them and you plugged them into the system. So that's just a whole nother level of this that I'm not going to go into in depth, because even on the face here, you can see that it's highly profitable. So that's basically a sales funnel. That's what happens behind the scenes, and that's why you can have a blog like this, where you just focus on sharing your content, writing really good content, and not have to go overboard with a bunch of ads. This is a really great way to go. It's a great way for somebody who wants to shortcut the learning process and doesn't want to spend a huge amount of time trying to learn how to use WordPress and trying to deal with designers and create graphic images and do all these things to create a custom presence with a WordPress blog. Doesn't want to have to deal with the plan of having to upgrade to a dedicated hosting plan that's going to be upwards of $200, $300, $400 per month when they start getting any decent level of traffic. And then, of course, there's the free blog hurdle that I think we've already established that if you want to make money online, you need to not be using free blogs. Now, that being said, let me quickly add in there that I love free blogs. And I love free blogs because there is a very specific strategy where using free blogs will only enhance what you're doing here with this blog. Now, I'm not going to go into that because that's a more advanced search engine optimization strategy, but we don't hate free blogs. I'm just telling you, don't use a free blog as your main blog where you're trying to make money. But using free blogs in conjunction with a professional blog can actually enhance things and can be a great strategy for you to use. So I hope that this has kind of been enlightening for you and eye-opening. I've shared a bunch of stuff here with you that if I'd have had this, like I said, a few years back, I could be making 10 times what I'm making now because I would have started a heck of a lot sooner. So I highly encourage you to get started. Now, here's the thing. If you don't want to use the Empower Network blogging platform, you can still use Empower Network's sales funnel. You can still market the Empower Network products. You can still essentially have this exact same sales funnel system with your blog. You can do this using a WordPress blog. That's absolutely possible. All you would do is use a self-hosted WordPress blog, or maybe you already have one. Maybe you're already a blogger, you're using your own blog and you want to keep doing it. You can absolutely do that. All you need to do is put calls to action that send people to your Empower Network capture pages. So you would essentially take this whole thing and plug it into your existing blog. And we can show you exactly how to do that. Super simple. You just use banner ads, or you just use text links within your content, send them to these capture pages. So again, if you're somebody who's already established and you're wanting to just figure out a better way to make money using your blog, that's a great viable option for you. If you're someone who's just getting started, and especially if you have no real tech skills online with blogging and WordPress and all of that, then I highly suggest you use the Empower Network blogging system, because it's super easy to use, super fast to set up. You don't get hung up on all of the petty little things that don't make you any money. I could go on and on. I've spent months and months of time trying to align graphics properly and tweak my CSS code and tweak my WordPress theme so that it looks right and everything lines up properly, and none of that stuff makes you money. I'm telling you that the stuff that matters is exactly what I've shown you. So if you want to be a blogger and you want to be able to start blogging right out of the gate as quickly as possible and shortcut your process of becoming a successful blogger who actually makes money in a time leveraged basis, then this is the way to go. There'll be an opportunity if you want to get started. Somewhere near this video, there's probably a link underneath it or at the end of it. Also, if you want to just go to my blog and check it out, again, that address is johnoakesblog.com. You can go and browse through some of my content, and if you want to get started, you just click this button up here that says Partner with John Oakes, or the Get Your Blog link will take you right to the page where you can sign up for a blog. And if you have questions, what I recommend that you do is go to my Facebook page, and that's really easy. It's facebook.com/john.oakes. Just go there, send me a friend request, and then instant message me on Facebook and just let me know that you saw one of my videos or you saw my video about how to become a blogger and you have a question, or if you just want to say hi and say thanks for providing this content, hey, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to hear from you. I'm always looking to connect with other like-minded individuals, other entrepreneurs that are out there trying to do the right things and change their lifestyle. So with that, I'm going to leave you with just this one last thing. I get a lot of people that ask me, how do you do all this in 2 hours a day? Let me qualify what I mean by 2 hours a day of work, okay? I spend 2 hours a day on average. So that means that some days I will not work at all. And I might have a couple of days where I work, 4 or 5 hours, okay, at a time. And that's just because that's how I like to work. If I've got an idea in mind, I've got a blog post, I've got some content in mind, I want to just sit down and do it till it's complete. But then there's other times where I might only spend 15, 20 minutes sitting at my computer, and that's it for the whole day. It's just the way it goes when you're an entrepreneur and you do something that's effective and you have a process and a system to back that up. You can start focusing on the time leveraged activities that actually get you the results without you having to sit there and slave away and work and work and work at things that are just not going to get you the return, which is what most people online do. So my 2 hours a day is blogging. That's creating blog posts and sharing those posts on social media. I also will spend a little bit of time on my social media sites, primarily Facebook, sharing additional value with people, and also in my Facebook mastermind group, which is, let me show you that real quick. Anybody that joins the blogging system through me and becomes part of my Empower Network team, my network, will become a member of my Breakthrough Mastermind group on Facebook. This is a private Facebook group just for my group. And we do a lot of collaborating and sharing. Whenever I do like paid marketing campaigns or I come up with a new strategy, I share it with my group here. And so does all of the other leaders in my group that are getting good results. They're sharing what they're doing. And the new people can feel free to ask questions, collaborate and work together. This is a community type thing. We're a community of entrepreneurs that blog and share our ideas and our concepts. In fact, here's somebody, Sakshi, one of the guys on my team, just created a training to help other people to quickly create additional capture pages. So, it's just huge, huge value that we exchange with each other in these groups. So I spend some time working with my team here. And then aside from that, that's primarily what I do. I will manage some of my campaigns. I'll come over here and occasionally create a new email. I don't email people every single day because I think that's too much. I'll come in here and email maybe 3 to 4 times per week on the maximum. And it takes me only a few minutes to craft an email to send out to my list. So not a lot of time. You can see it's very leveraged. I create one email, it goes out to my entire list, which is 3,900 people at this point. Not a huge list, and I focus on quality subscribers, so I don't need to generate hundreds of leads per day. As I move forward, that number is always going up, so there probably will be a day where I'm generating 200-300 leads a day free. Like I said, my income continues to go up every single month from just continuing to do those same activities, because that's how it works. When you're doing content marketing, you're putting content out on the internet, it's out there and it's working for you over time. So you do it once and you continue to reap the benefits and rewards of that for as long as it stays out there. So that's what I'm spending my 2 hours a day doing. Now, in addition to that, I will tell you that I also read books, I listen to audios, I participate in online hangouts with other internet marketers, but I don't really count that as my work time because those are things that I would be doing completely aside from running my blogging business. So I look at that more as, activities that I want to participate in. It's things that I'm doing to better myself, to always be improving my skills and learning new things. So that is not really included in my 2 hours per day. So I wouldn't want someone to think that they could get started today and only put in 2 hours a day, even from the beginning. You can, but it's going to take you longer. So understand that in the beginning, when you first get started, you've got all the learning curve still to get through. And so you're going to be putting in a little bit more time learning the strategies, going through some of these things and taking action while you're doing that. So you might be spending more than 2 hours a day, right? Ideally, maybe 3 to 4 hours a day when you first get started to get things sort of ramped up. But what I'm telling you is that eventually, once you understand what you're doing, you could absolutely get to the point where you're right where I'm at, where you're spending only a couple hours of work time per day on average, and your value has reached that point where you've got plenty of income coming in to substantiate that. I'll put it that way. It's a process, and so you're owning your own business. As a blogger, you are an entrepreneur, and you need to understand that you have to put in the effort, sometimes over an extended period of time before you start seeing the results of those efforts. But when it starts to kick in, it really goes. So I'm gonna leave it with that. Hopefully you got some phenomenal value from this, and if you did, leave me a comment, click the like button. If you're watching it on YouTube, click the thumbs up button. Connect with me on Facebook. Go back there. Come to my personal profile, connect with me on Facebook. Let me know you like this video. I'm a very reachable guy, so if you ask me a question, I'm going to answer you. I'm going to respond personally. You can send me an email, whatever you want to do. Connect with me, get your questions answered. If you're serious about this and you want to move forward with this, get started. That's all I can say. So with that, make today a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video.